A patronymic is a name added to the given name which identifies people by means of the filial relation with their fathers. It can be composed of the father's name and a prefix or suffix meaning son of. Originally, patronymics were only personal names, not family names. A son didn't have the same last name than his father. Everyone had his own patronymic according with the father's name. People of Iceland still conserve this tradition of personal surnames. They have patronymic surnames, but not family names. Later, the same patronymic was inherited throughout successive generations, and it became a family name. The word son comes from probably 5,000 years ago, from the Bronze Age. It was originally the word sonus in Proto-Indo-European languages. Its descendants are the Old Sanskrit root sanu and the Old English and Old German word sanu, with its variants in German, Danish, Norwegian, and Dutch. In the Gaelic tradition of Scotland and Ireland, they use the patronymic prefixes mag or o. Mag means son of. O means grandson or descendant of. Fitz is a patronymic prefix of Old Norman origin. In 1066, the Norman French, William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, invaded and conquered England. The Normans became the new ruling class, the aristocracy, and of course they ruled with their own language. From the Latin filius derives the French word fils, and the Norman pronunciation for this word is Fitz. Although later, this patronymic prefix was used to designate an illegitimate son into the high aristocracy. Fitzroy was applied to the illegitimate son of a king, and when it was the male offspring of the prince, the patronymic was formed by Fitz before the father's given name. Henry Fitzroy, Duke of Richmond, was an illegitimate son of the King Henry VIII. Spanish patronymics are formed with the suffix ez added to the father's given name. First, they were personal names and actually family names. The suffix ez is from uncertain origin. It probably comes from the Latin genitive is, influenced by the Visigoths suffixes. The Latin genitive is was transformed in the Basque language to is or its, and they have also their own suffixes ena or ana. In France, the most common patronymic surnames were formed using directly the father's given name. From original personal names, they also became noms de famille.
La particule de devant des noms de famille français est un cas très intéressant. Elle a été traditionnellement appelée la particule nobiliaire. Il existait au Moyen-Âge une coutume qui put influer sur l'usage de la particule devant un nom patronymique. Elle consistait à rattacher par l'appellation les descendants du plus anciens auteurs de la famille. On disait ainsi Hugo Filius Roberti en latin. Et le génitif I de Roberti fut remplacé par le génitif français de. Et par abréviation, on disait Hugues de Robert. Nous avons donc maintenant les courants noms de famille de Jean ou de Michel. Mais cette utilisation ancienne fut abandonnée et la particule de commençait à servir pour désigner la terre possédée à titre de seigneurie par un noble ou par un roturier, ou celle acquise en propriété. La particule ne peut en aucun cas être prise comme une marque de noblesse. Cependant, 90% des familles de la noblesse a utilisé la particule de devant leur nom de famille. Et donc, on a toujours été un symbole de distinction honorifique. Mais c'est une piste trompeuse. Si les usurpations de titres étaient nombreuses, celle de la particule l'était plus encore. L'article 259 du Code pénal punit jusqu'en 1994 ceux qui changent leur nom de naissance avec l'intention de reprendre l'apparence de la noblesse. Et d'ailleurs, dans le cas de De Gaulle, par exemple, la particule n'est pas nobiliaire ni attachée à un fief. Elle proviendrait du mot flamand de vol. Conclusion, l'origine de la particule n'est pas facile, c'est toute une histoire.
In Italy, patronymics are formed with the ancient particle de, di, or the father given's name, switching the last letter of the name by a genitive I. They also became cognomi della famiglia along the centuries.
Il cognome di famiglia appare per la prima volta nella società della Roma antica. Il patronimico italiano è una derivazione del vecchio modo di dire io sono uno dei figli di, ereditato dal latino. Il genitivo, cioè il suffisso che indica possessione o appartenenza, si trasforma in una I dopo il nome del padre, come nel caso di figlio di Pietro, che in latino si diceva filius Petris. Si calcola che il 35% dei cognomi italiani derivi dai nomi propri del padre o del capostipite o del capofamiglia.
Russian patronymics are into a system of three names convention: first name, patronymic, and family name. They have patronymic suffixes for males and for females. Before the 19th century, those suffixes were only for the nobility. Common people had these suffixes. Later, everybody shared the same patronymic suffixes. The words used for patronymics in Arabic names, meaning son of, are ibn, bin, ben, ibni, or ibnu. Ibn Abdul means son of Abdul. For women, they use the patronymic bint. The Arabic convention of names is based usually in a given name plus a patronymic called nasab and a family name called nisbah. In their tradition, they use as many patronymics as they have known ancestors, although today they have hereditary family names. Jewish patronymics use the following words to designate the quality of son of: ben for males, bat for females, bar, son of in Old Aramaic, and ibn for Sephardic Jews. After a conflict with the Roman Empire in the year 70 AD, Jews emigrated en masse to other countries. It was called the diaspora. A group of them populated North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula, which they called Sepharad, and they were called Sephardis. Another group of people emigrated to Central Europe and Russia, and they were called Ashkenazis. Ashkenazis in Europe also mimetized their names with German or Slavic names.